Okay, so some of you have gone out and bought this new calculator, and I'll just give you a few little tricks. And so this does have a couple of advantages over the silver calculator. And the first advantage it has is it actually has the fact button, which does the prime factorization for you, which the silver calculator doesn't have. Okay, remember that the black one can do this, but the silver one can't. But this one can do both. It also has got the mixed number buttons here. Okay. And you can do the SD, you can change mixed numbers there as well with SD. And if I switch it on, go to menu, you've got this menu. Now, it takes a bit of learning, so I'm not sure if I would advise you to change your calculator at the last minute. But, first of all, you need to find out where the old stuff is. So if you keep looking at this number here, it says complex, you don't need that, you don't need that, you don't need that, you don't need that, you don't need that. Don't need that, and you don't need that. So forget the all but the first line there. On the bottom line, we've got our old friend, the table function, and that'll be useful. And here we've got, if I go into that by pressing equals, we've got the simultaneous equations and polynomial. And it's a little bit nicer than the silver calculator because if I say there's two unknowns, this actually shows me that where the equal sign, you can't quite make out because of the bad light here, but you've got like an equal sign, so it shows you the equal signs there. A little bit nice, but basically the same function as the silver calculator. It does do a couple of things that the silver calculator does not do. And sometimes on a calculator you have to find the minimum point. Okay, now there's two ways of finding the minimum point, or the maximum point. One is to complete the square, and the other one is to differentiate and put dy dx equal to 0. So if I put 1 into, no, sorry, I went to the wrong thing. If I go menu, go into equations and go polynomial, okay, that means cubics, quadratics, and so forth. And I put in 2. It says, what degree is it? Well, this x squared means it's got degree 2. And I'm going to put in something like x squared minus 7x. Whereas the x is alpha. Oh, actually, I don't need to do alpha. It's just minus 7. And I put in 10. And as before, we got the answers 5 and 2. Okay, 5 and 2. But if you look, if I do it one more time equals, it says to me, oh look, there's a minimum point here when x is 3.5. Okay. And if I press equals again, it tells me the value of the function when x equals 3.5. So I actually know the coordinates of the minimum point of the graph. Okay, that's really useful. So you can find turning points. Okay, turning points by going menu, scrolling to equation, pressing equals, typing polynomial, saying you've got you could do it with the cubic as well. Going quadratic, put in your quadratic, okay, and keep pressing equals. And not only do you get the solutions, but you also get the turning points. So check that out. The other thing is, you may have noticed already, but if I go here just to the right of this button, there is an inequality sign. And in the inequality sign, okay, you can go in here, press equals. And if I was to do, say, questions like this, which are new to the syllabus, I can't see, let me just move that there. Okay, so if I was doing a quadratic inequality, I can go in here and say, well, that's got degree 2, so let's call it 2, and just check that's less than 0. So if I go less than 0, I want number 2, so I press 2, and type in the numbers 1, and minus 12 and 35. Okay, it's given me the answer straight away, so that's really, really useful. 5 is less than x, which is less than 7. Okay, now if I was doing this traditionally, okay, I'd have to go factorize this and go x minus 5, x minus 7 equals 0. I'd have to realize it was happy, work out the critical values, which are 5 and 7, and realize if I want it below, okay, then I need this region here, okay. But if you show this working and this working and this working, you should be enough to get the answer. So silver calculator, pretty cool for that. Okay, the one thing I did notice that was a bit odd though was that if you did this one, so I'm going menu, scroll to the inequality thing, type in degree 2, and this one is greater than 0, so I'm going to go number 1. Okay, put in the coefficients, which is 1, 4, and 3. 1, 4, 3, and I get this. And this is what they've written. Okay, now you're going to have to be a little bit careful here, guys, because this is okay, comma, all right? But you'll know that you've used this calculator if you do. By the way, this calculator is totally legal, but they will, they'll know that how you're doing it. So if -1 is less than x, then x is bigger than -1. Okay. To show some working, I'd go x plus 3, x plus 1. Okay, it's equal to 0. X equals -3, -1, and then you could write the inequality down and you get it right. But if you don't have this posh calculator, then you're going to have to draw the graph and realize that if you want above, okay, and these are the critical values, -3 and -1, you want the bit that's above sea level. So you want the bit that's x is greater than -1 and x is less than -3, comma in between, because there's a gap, okay? So there are advantages to this new calculator, and they are basically that it's got the fact button as well, as it's got the minute, the max, the turning points, you can calculate the turning points, and you can do the inequalities. With all of these things, you have to show the algebraic working out, otherwise you get no marks. Good luck with your exam.